welcome back to my channel. When I took a trip to Paris, I visited the gorgeous Chateau de Versailles, and I'm here to bring you some tips that'll make your experience that much more memorable and enjoyable. So if you're interested, give this video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and let's get into it. My first tip is to book your tickets in advance. Versailles is a really popular destination and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of tourists that want to see the gorgeous palace. So by booking your tickets online, you don't have to wait in the tickets to buy your ticket. You can just wait in the line to get the security entrance. But if you buy your tickets in advance, you can save a lot of standing around. I purchased the Paris Museum Pass, which gave me admission into the chateau, as well as the gardens and a couple of the different properties on site. But you can also book tickets directly through their website. And did you also know that you can get free admission to Versailles on the first Sundays of the month from November to March? Keep in mind, this is also the coldest, wettest, rainiest time to go, but if you don't mind braving the elements, you can get free admission. Other than that, if anyone tries to sell you tickets to Versailles for Monday, don't listen to them, don't even bother, just walk away because the palace is closed on Mondays. My next tip deals with how to get there. There's a number of different ways to get to Versailles. I took the RER-C train and got off on the Chateau Versailles Rive Gauche exit, which it's about a half-mile walk or like a 10-minute walk. You can also take SNCF train as well. I did a whole video on Paris public transportation options, so click on the card above to get more information. You can also take the Versailles Express bus, which leaves outside of the Eiffel Tower, or you can book a coach to take you there or take a car, and it's about a 40-minute drive or about an hour to an hour and 15-minute via public transportation. Tip number 3 is prepare yourself to stay for hours. Versailles is a massive 3-mile property, and so you're gonna inevitably spend a lot of time there. Not only will you get to see the chateau itself and all the different staterooms, as well as the Hall of Mirrors and the King's Chamber, but once you walk outside of the palace, you can see the exquisite gardens, you can see the fountains, you can see the estates of Trianon, which are Marie Antoinette's Petit and Grand Trianon, as well as the Queen's Hamlet, the stables. And if you buy a separate ticket, you can also see the fountain show, which is only available on select days. But nevertheless, prepare to stay for hours. There's a lot to see, and it is all 1000% worth spending the time there. And as such, my next tip is to wear comfortable shoes. Because you're going to be on your feet looking and being in awe of everything, you want to be as comfortable as possible, so wear comfortable shoes. Versailles is also handicap accessible. So if you have anyone that's in a wheelchair or requires a walker, they have wheelchairs available for you to use on the property, as well as lifts in the chateau. Next, consider your transportation options. These aren't the same options I just gave you to get to Versailles. This is once you're on site on the property. There's a couple of different ways you can go about visiting the rest of Versailles. I personally walked and I got lost, but whatever. It is what it is. But you can also take a tram, and this is of course an extra cost, but you can pay for a tram. You can even rent a golf cart, you can take a Segway tour, and you can even go on a bike tour of the property. There's a link down below to a reputable bike tour company that I know of, or you can just rent a bike on site. It's up to you. You can also get on a boat and just row yourself through the palace gardens if you want to do that too. I walked, and then when I could walk no more, I jumped on a tram at Marie Antoinette's Grand Trianon that took me right back to the beginning of the chateau. What would your method be, or what combination of methods would you choose to go at while visiting Versailles? Would you walk? Would you take a Segway? Would you want a bike? What would you like to do? Just put it down in the comments down below. Continuing on with tip number 6, get the audio guide or download the mobile app. Both the audio guide and the mobile app will really enrich your experience. Versailles has a bunch of rich, really rich history, and there's a lot of drama with that too. So if you want history as well as some juicy drama, check out those guides. They give you the skinny on the property during war, what went on with Marie Antoinette and her husband and the French Revolution, as well as some great insight into the artworks, as well as the architecture of the entire estate. So pick one of those up, it's free, or download the mobile app. It's completely free and it'll make your experience that much more enjoyable. Don't forget to take care of yourself while you're there. I mean, you're gonna be there for hours, and as glorious as it is, you're gonna kind of start wearing down after a period of time. While I was visiting the inside of the chateau, it was a beautiful moderate temperature, no problems there. But once I got to the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles, it was hot. As you can imagine, there were like 14, 15 mirrors just booming, just reflecting the heat. So while you're there, definitely remove your coat because it is hot. Then once you get outside and look at all the gardens, Versailles is expansive, but there's not a ton of shade there. You've got concrete and you've got beautiful garden displays. So before you go, if you're going during a warmer month, wear a light hat, wear a light jacket, or if you can fit a small or petite umbrella in your bag, definitely do so. Stay hydrated. Wear some sunblock because that sun is going to boom right down on your skin, and if you burn, I'm sorry, wear your sunblock to avoid that. But definitely take care of yourself. If you're hungry, there are over 10 restaurants at Versailles, from near the palace and inside the palace to each of the estates and in the gardens. Those restaurants are kind of expensive, so definitely eat a hearty, large breakfast before you go, and maybe pick up a snack or a sandwich while you're there. This is what I picked up when I was there, and it was a delicious sandwich and a beautiful, light, oh my gosh, I can't even describe it. It was like a light cream raspberry tart. It was delicious, but it cost me a little bit of money. There's fine dining there, as well as kind of outdoor pick-me-ups and ice creams. There's options, and you can even eat in the grass in some areas. Tip number 9 is a photographer's dream. Photography is allowed, so take pictures everywhere. Of course, you can't use flash because there's a lot of historical artifacts there, but you can snap pictures on the inside. You can snap pictures of the gardens on the outside. When I went, I found another solo traveler, or actually she found me, and we were taking pictures of each other there. But photography is allowed, so photograph everything your heart desires, because at Versailles there is no corner left undecorated. They spared no expense, and so take pictures of it all so people will believe you at what you saw when you get back home. And my last tip for visiting Versailles is to enjoy yourself. Relax, smile, have a great time. You'll learn a lot, you'll see a lot. And it's almost kind of like visual overload because there's so much to take in, and it's all breathtakingly beautiful. I have not seen a palace in the world as beautiful as Versailles. So smile, enjoy yourself, take your time viewing, and you'll have an amazing time. So that's it, everybody. Those are my tips to visiting Versailles. If you like this video and found it useful, give it a thumbs up. And also share with anyone who's planning a trip to Versailles and to Paris. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so you can get notified of when I'll post a new video. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to check out my videos on planning a trip to Paris, including the Paris Museum Pass and how to get around Paris on a budget using public transportation, as well as some frequently asked questions. You do not want to miss those. And like I always like to say, now that you know a few tips about visiting Versailles, it's time for you to get excited about your visit. Have the courage to buy that museum pass, book those tickets in advance, and then go and see everything Versailles has to offer. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, y'all.